What do you think?
I think we're dead meat. Real dead meat.
You're dead meat!
Go ahead and laugh, you guys. If I ever find a little bastards that did this, they're dead meat.
Welcome to the Dead Meat Podcast, an extension of the YouTube channel Dead Meat. I'm James.
I'm Chelsea, and we're engaged, and we like to get scared together. Last week we had an interview with Spencer from Ice 9 Kills, which was amazing. He's so talented and cool, and we came off looking also extremely cool in that interview.
And today we're joined by another cool person.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I get to follow this guy. That
A fucking metal
I assume that
musician.
your audience was like super pumped about, and then like it's like, and then here's their buddy.
Now we're back on our bullshit this week with friend of the show and guy who lives above our garage, James Graessle. It's our March Madness Part 2. Can we real quick talk about the
real tournament?
Yes, because
Yeah.
So we do this every year. I fill out a bracket every year, and we've been doing it as a big group of like at least 10 of us every year fill one out.
Yeah, for probably 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. The amount of times I've won is not okay.
It's you or Erica.
Every year.
My wife Erica. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And currently we're recording this the night of the first day of the Sweet 16. And currently, Chelsea, who your strategy is, I believe, pick the funnest name.
My strategy is best names, best vibes. So I pick the names I like the best, which is obviously Gonzaga. Dog Pound forever. We're gonna go all the way this year, baby. I'm a huge Gonzaga fan because to me it just looks like Gazungas. Like it's the funniest name
for sure.
And I pick it every time, and it's won me every March Madness ever, basically, or just good vibes. Like I don't know, just something feels right. Can't explain it.
You are currently leading.
Yeah.
So yes, you
I'm
are
number
still...
one again this year.
I'm last, right?
No, Mike's last.
Oh, wow. Because I printed it out, and when I printed it out, all the team names had abbreviations, so I was going off of the abbreviation. So I had, like, Pure versus Heart, because I wanted to see a Pure of Heart matchup. Mm-hmm. And then I had Heart go all the way, because it was H-A-R-T, and so that's, like, Owen and Bret Hart. And then I had them face The Miz in the final, because I was thinking of The Miz, and that'd be awesome. Mm-hmm. And then I had Miz winning, and they were immediately eliminated, I think.
Are we still gonna get a Gazungas versus Oral Roberts match? Is it possible?
I think it is still technically possible. Let me see when Oral Roberts plays. Oh no! The Oral Roberts train has derailed. Oh man! Arkansas won today.
That's another good funny name.
By 2.
Condolences to all my other.
That's not a player.
No, that is a college.
It does sound like a baseball player.
I thought it was a player.
An evangelist, like a
so it was a
televangelist
person.
founded a Christian college, and
condolences to all my fellow March Madness fans who just pick the funniest names because Oral Roberts is a solid pick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it didn't work out. I'm the octopus that predicted the World Cup in Germany in the 2000s. Do you remember when that happened?
Do.
That's basically me. I'm just picking stuff that I like in my little aquarium. All right, so March Madness, our version of it anyway. To recap, not last week, week
2
before,
weeks.
we had a controversial ending to our match with our winner being Mary Shaw from Dead Silence.
Mostly out of ignorance, I would say.
Yeah, and people did point out there are ways to defeat her, but
because she was undefeated in the movie, just because they didn't realize that a person was her final doll, and if you destroyed that person,
kill the perfect, because it's her like perfect creation. Or
and
whatever.
Russell Crowe could kill that thing.
Sure.
Yeah, I could. That'd be awesome.
I don't even think that was the final. I think that was the semifinal.
It was McTaylor.
McTaylor could kill that thing.
Also could have killed it. Yeah.
With a boomerang, just boomerang that thing's head off. I don't even think he has a boomerang. I think he
Hopefully
would.
in the sequel.
I think if he heard me say that, he would give me a talking to about how offensive that stereotype.
But then he would use it later. Still, I think that's a sequel weapon. I would bet money. I would bet $5 that he uses a boomerang in the sequel.
Yeah. Sick. That's so cool. I want to watch the rest of those. Mary Shaw, you deserve your win. The fact that we had to take to Twitter to ask how the fuck we kill her, it says it all. But this week, we're going to do just non-villains, just a bunch of random people. I've got Final Girls here. I just felt like I started doing a Final Girl matchup, and it all felt samey to me.
Also, Sidney Prescott would win. It would come down to Sydney v. Nancy.
I think Sydney v. Laurie. Especially when you factor
even as an outsider, I was gonna say Laurie.
Especially if you factor in the latest movie.
If you factor in 2018,
where she's a survivalist.
Never mind, you got it.
But it's still, it just all felt samey. It's like they're all like proficient, smart women, and it lacked the random factor that Swarm of Bees brings to the table. So we had some final girls. We've got just random characters that I found funny. So let's go. We're gonna see who is gonna fight Mary Shaw to the death in the Thunderdome. Which Mary Shaw is just gonna win that too. Unless, now we know that.
Now we know.
Her. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see how this goes. Let's jump right into it. Our first matchup. Two, like I was saying, we got two competent women. I kind of hate that we have to see one of them go right away. We have Jennifer Tilly, just the actress.
Jennifer Tilly.
Very good.
Thank you. And we have Grace from Ready or Not, which Graessle, Ready or Not is the it's the movie where she's
watched the trailer 1,000 times. We've almost watched it a bunch.
Yeah, so if you're listening and you're not familiar, it's the movie by Radio Silence where we've got our new bride who's marrying into old money.
Played by Samara Weaving, who's fantastic always.
So she has to, she participates in this ritual they do for new brides where they play a game of hide and seek and it's killer. So it's just, she's surviving this lethal hide and seek game.
Yeah.
It's great. Oh boy, this is tough.
Who's the first one again?
Jennifer Tilly.
Just Jennifer Tilly?
Yes, but just Jennifer Tilly is
in the Chucky universe.
Seed of Chucky.
Right, yeah.
She is, yeah.
I've seen the Coco.
So she's got survival chops.
Old one.
And on top of that, just the fact that she's a poker master, I think that's
strategy.
I think that adds some spice.
So, Grace in Ready or Not, the thing is that the marketing may belie that she is, just a regular person put in circumstances, and she makes the most out of it, but she isn't she doesn't become Ash from Evil Dead. She is still a regular person at the end, just fighting for her life.
Sure.
Yeah, she's not like a heightened kind of protagonist by the end of that movie.
No.
Which is what I love about it.
She's just kind of like hyper capable, like the gal in Hush.
Yeah, I think that's a good comparison.
Okay.
I think, Nancy Thompson is another, where Nancy's she's smart. She's not.
She doesn't suddenly know how to use a weapon that she wouldn't have known how to use,
right.
But she wants to live, and she tries to live.
She can swing a hammer and shoot a gun, and
yeah. Jennifer Tilly, let's see, is... So what happens with Jennifer Tilly in Seed of Chucky? Because it's separate from Tiffany in Bride of Chucky, who is killed in the bathtub and then she's dead.
Yeah.
Jennifer Tilly is tied down at the end of this movie and being try to have a body swap into her. I forget if that's successful or not. It's been a minute since I've watched those movies.
that feels like forever ago that we watched those.
But she was overcome by the
dolls,
the dolls.
For sure. Yes, yeah. They are able to knock her out with a trophy.
Dolls.
What?
They are crafty dolls.
They are, but I've always felt like I could kick Chucky away from me.
Chucky's so fucking scary.
Yeah.
Everyone finds Chucky scary.
I'm so happy that I moved out of
our apartment.
We lived together and then didn't live together for years and now live together again. I'm so glad that I did not live with you in a small space with your fucking life-size Chucky
big
doll.
One, yeah.
It would have scared the shit out of me all the time. We went over there to take care of your cat when you guys are out of town and turn around fucking Chucky.
Yeah, Oliver. It's weird. Those things all make me feel very safe. I remember when there were a few times in the apartment where we'd have the landlord or someone would come over to fix something and it was just me and I don't know, for some reason it felt like no one's gonna try and mess with because I'm clearly fucking crazy. All right.
I'm inclined to go with Grace.
I kind of am too.
She's a fighter. She's a scrappy one.
Mm-hmm. I think just because she is so that survival instinct.
Yeah.
In that
and Jennifer
movie.
Tilly, I think, does get her body possessed by Tiffany because then they show up at the end of Cult of Chucky. And she's in Jennifer Tilly's body. And then Jennifer Tilly makes out with Fiona Dourif, who is with her dad's... with her real life dad's soul inside of her, so she's playing that. I can't wait for that series.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait for that sci-fi
sound very
series.
fun.
It's gonna be so great. Yeah. All right, or do you want to just, are we giving it to Grace?
Let's just give it to Grace.
That makes me sad. I mean, it is hard when we have a real person versus a character that is written to be, I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, if anyone hears any background music, there is
I forgot to mention that.
An undoubtedly illegal
rager.
party going on,
Yeah.
blocks away from us, perhaps.
Although it is funny to imagine that it's like 3 people from one household and a DJ.
Yeah. There's definitely a DJ. We hear him on a mic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully they're all vaccinated. I don't know if that is the case.
Yeah.
Our next matchup. This is all hard because these are all so likable so far. All these people. And so we have Chris from Get Out.
Okay.
Another
Did you see Get Out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris from Get Out versus Ellie Sattler from Jurassic Park.
Ellie Sattler. I mean, come on.
Oh man. It's tough. They both, again, this is why an entirely final girl bracket would have been boring, because this is another matchup where it's like they're both just good at surviving. I don't know.
Let's see.
Who's got better offense? Maybe is a better.
Well, Chris is able. He's crafty enough to get himself out of that chair by pulling the cotton out of it, plug his ears, and then get out there, and he kills that whole family on his way out.
He does kill.
He does
an entire
have a higher
family.
body count.
That might give him the edge.
She kicks a raptor down from the scaffolding, right? When they're escaping at the
that
end.
Sounds
there?
Right.
Yeah, she like gets in it. She's not one to like only run away.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You know what? I gotta dock some points from Ellie Sattler for in that awful scene. It's probably the only scene I would call awful in Jurassic Park, is when they're trying to keep the door shut from the raptor, and she's helping on the Linux system that she knows.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? No, bigger points docked from Tim for that scene, for bouncing around
Tim
instead
doing
of getting the
nothing.
gun
to
Alan and
I don't
Ellie.
know Jurassic Park as well.
Well, that scene is a forgettable one because it's so bad.
So
it's a bad scene.
Okay.
It's a Linux system. I know this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some would say it might be a lesser among equals, but okay.
Hey, man. I love Jurassic Park.
I just think from my general understanding of both of them, like, Chris has been pushed. Chris has been pushed to kill people, and he has, and that just might do it for me.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, she was fighting dinosaurs, and that's
right.
Has she killed a dinosaur?
She may have.
Raptor? It's possible. She would have at least contributed to its death by making it vulnerable to the T-Rex.
Which degree murder?
We got to go through a lot of hoops for Ellie Sattler. I feel like she's not going to get this.
Let's just give it to Chris then.
Yeah.
Okay. He gets out of a much tougher situation.
100%.
All right.
Yeah.
Now this next one, we're going to put some personal bias aside here and make this as objective as possible.
Okay.
This is very difficult, but this one has a bit more chaos, just chaotic energy to it. We have Nancy Thompson from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Played by the woman who will officiate our wedding.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Played by Heather, friend of the pod, dear friend of the pod. Yeah, woman who is going to marry me and James versus
let's try it out.
Dr. Loomis.
Oh, from Halloween.
Which, this would actually be kind of a crazy, I can't imagine this movie existing, but I want it to. I don't know what that plot would be.
Yeah. Have you watched the kill counts for both of these, Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween?
I have not actually seen the Nightmare one.
Okay. Have you seen these movies?
I've seen Halloween when I was younger. Haven't seen it in over a decade.
Okay.
I've never seen Nightmare.
Ooh, we should watch Nightmare, dude.
Yeah.
That's my favorite of the big three. For sure.
I know you guys are big fans.
The big three.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So Nancy's the final girl in that. She is clever as hell. She's crafty. She sets up a whole bunch of booby traps for when she pulls Freddy out of the dream world.
Yeah, and her whole thing is she even had the part where she goes, "I'm into survival." Yeah, it's one of her quotes from that. She even has the thing where she's so just driven to survive and is so stressed out by the ordeal that her hair starts going gray. She's just so
in that first one?
Yeah, when she's 19 years old.
I'm gonna live, damn it. And she just starts graying out because she is so sleep deprived and she kicks Freddy's ass, dude.
I feel like having to deal with that second layer of the like dreamscape is enough to give her the edge.
Now, Dr. Loomis, he shot Michael Myers 6 times.
6 times.
Yeah.
And Michael is arguably a little supernatural.
By the
so
later
hard to
movies.
Movies,
yeah, he's impossible to kill.
But even in that first one, he's like,
getting stabbed
he's kind
in the
of
eye
mystical, and he knows how to drive. And it's just, and he even, when he talks about Michael, I mean, you can read it obviously as just he's looking at a complete sociopath and just the fear of like looking into someone's eyes and there's nothing
eyes.
there. But also, it's just,
Devil's
is he
eyes.
just an incarnation of evil? Like,
Sure.
is he even? I don't know. So.
And then Freddy's a dream demon.
Yeah.
This is tough. They both fared well against their antagonists, and then both eventually killed in sequels.
I think it's a second plane of existence thing, though. Like there's a whole that's being good at home and being good on the road. You know,
for what? For Nancy?
Yeah, right.
Sure.
Oh,
like Home and Away games.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay.
I was also gonna say. And again, genuinely not trying to be biased here, but I do think there's something to the fact that Dr. Loomis, in his life, he works with he works with teens, and
sure.
he's a therapist.
So does she, kind of, in the third movie.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, I think she will have less of an issue murdering the shit out of an older guy versus him having to defeat a young teen.
I see.
I think emotionally it would be harder for him than it would be for her.
Then again, she might perhaps see a little bit of her dad, John Saxon,
I think
in
that's
Dr.
also
Loomis.
that is a problem.
But I do think Loomis is more physically frail. Frail?
Yeah.
Why does that word sound weird to me right now?
Because you said physically
'Cause we're
frail.
tired.
And it's
Physically frail? Is that right?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
the alliteration makes it sound
Okay,
weird.
I was out in the sun today.
Yeah. Too much sun
God.
today.
Side note, also kind of bullshit that we can't ever get the buddy cop movie that we deserve of John Saxon with Dr. Loomis just doing stuff.
Oh, Donald Pleasance?
Fuck, that'd be so good.
Yeah.
Yes, Donald Pleasance.
I'll give it to Nancy. She's young and sprightly.
I think Nancy.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. I just think she's got that streak of like she's a little off.
I like Graessle's point that she was able to fight both in the real world and the dream world.
Yeah.
Dr. Loomis, he's only found in the real world.
Right, yeah.
Okay, next up, I feel like I know who's gonna win this one already because I told you this one character was gonna be on here.
No, this is the only one I know in here.
Yeah, because it was requested on Twitter and we both said absolutely
That's
yes.
perfect, yeah.
We have the stoner from Cabin in the Woods versus Anna from The Guest.
Do you have his name?
I just have stoner from Cabin
Marty?
in the Woods. Okay, we'll put Marty.
Throw some respect on his name.
Sorry. Well, if we say Marty from Cabin in the Woods.
I would not have known Marty.
But you've seen Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah. We watched it
And
together.
you've seen The Guest.
Yes.
You're friggin' informed on
this is
one.
probably the best informed I am for any of these matchups.
Marty,
I think.
no. All right. We got Anna versus the Here's the thing. I just want to say right off the bat, the guy who plays the stoner from Cabin in the Woods is fucking shredded.
He's so ripped that they wouldn't allow him to take his shirt off during the swimming scene because he might make Chris Hemsworth look a little bad. He was so ripped in that movie. He had to wear baggy clothes.
Wait, that's Chris Hemsworth? I was sure it was Liam.
No, dude, that's
Chris.
fucking
It was
Thor.
That's like borderline famous Chris Hemsworth.
It was filmed before Thor, and then got released after it because it took 2 years from filming to
It's
release.
one of those movies. It's a weird.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah. Very crafty.
Can you imagine
Fran
that,
Kranz
though?
is the name of the actor.
I will say though, the villain in The Guest that Anna's fighting the entire time is also an extremely shredded Dan Stevens. He's a chemically enhanced super soldier. Basically.
Sure, but he's not fighting Marty.
That's true.
It's what's her name?
No,
Anna?
but I'm saying she fought him and did pretty well.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
But in Cabin in the Woods, we don't know the stoner to be
That's
physically
true. Like,
gifted
canonically,
beyond.
We don't
he's
see
crafty
it, but it's not.
And
It's not true.
You're bringing outside things into it.
Fine,
This is like a bench player factory. Like if your best player is injured, you can't factor that into the game.
Okay, listen. Let me just use stuff from the movie then.
Okay.
He fights with a bong.
Yes.
That's great.
Great.
He is wise enough to be, or paranoid enough at least, to not get caught off guard.
Yes.
He's very he's not gonna get tricked because he's onto that shit. And he survives until the end of the movie and is so selfish, is such a person who wants to live so bad that he refuses to sacrifice himself to save the world. He literally
which he dies anyway then.
He does,
That's
but...
sick. That's so cool. Like you imagine, like that's really alpha, honestly. Just like, I don't want to sacrifice myself though. Like I'll get killed, but I'm not gonna kill myself to save Eddie. Just save the entire planet. Oh my god.
Like that.
What a dick.
That's a huge dick move, and I feel like how are you gonna beat that guy if that's his mindset?
God, it's almost like you snuck a villain into the
non-villain
bracket.
That emotional, that honestly I think might seal it for me. The fact that he would do that. He killed the Earth.
Yeah.
Fuck.
He ended humanity.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Anna.
And he's got his bong that he
I do love the bong. The bong's so funny.
Telescopic bong. Yeah.
Okay. Well, guy. Okay, I randomly seeded these, and this one is really special. I can guarantee that out of all conversations people have had, just hypotheticals about this character fought this character, who would win, no one has ever matched up these two characters specifically. This is like a first ever for humanity discussion. I'm talking Brenda from Scary Movie versus Dr. Serizawa from Godzilla 1954.
You know, you are right.
No one has ever made these two fight before.
All right, so let's explain each character.
Brenda from Scary.
I know Brenda from Scary. Yeah. That's Anna Faris, right?
No. Brenda's Regina Hall, and is the one. I mean, maybe one of the best scenes in that, where she's in the movie theater and she won't stop talking.
Right.
I got you on camera.
She's the best. She kicks ass. Totally willing to just throw other people in front of her to survive. Like she will sacrifice you for her own survival. And then Dr. Serizawa is like, I can't even imagine these characters interacting with each other. So Dr. Serizawa is in Godzilla. He's the one who ultimately defeats Godzilla in that first movie by this like atom destroyer, where he throws it in the water Godzilla lives in, and he goes down with it. Like he scuba dives with the thing, and it's like really beautiful and sad and touching. And he's a really tragic character because he's also his whole thing is that it's the fear of creating this thing that he knows he'll use it for good, but what if some other human,
the hubris of man.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna fight Brenda from Scary.
I feel like, though, then after that description, we have to follow the precedent set by the stoner of like, we'll do anything to succeed.
That sounds more like Brenda to me. I don't, because like, doesn't he sacrifice himself? Does he die?
Serizawa?
Yeah. So he's willing to sacrifice himself. She's willing to sacrifice other people.
Oh, sure.
That sounds to me like a Brenda win.
I think that she. And even just, I'm thinking, okay, Dr. Serizawa is a man of science. If we want to talk which I know this isn't a real thing, but the idea of the left brain and the right brain, he is like such a left brain, like logic, reason, intelligence. I just think that Brenda, like, is total chaos.
She's gonna shut him down as soon as he tries to start explaining shit.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, I don't care.
Yeah. Oh god, the idea of him just trying to explain who he is, and his like his dilemma of whether or not to use his invention to kill Godzilla. She doesn't fucking care. I do want to see that scene play out. It's very funny.
Just her commenting.
They'll
on
be
his
like
monologues.
on the boat deliberating how best to use this against Godzilla, and she'll just like push him into the water with it. I think she's just gonna
I think
enough.
I don't know if he stands a chance. I gotta give it to Brenda.
He's too noble to come ahead.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
She's very wily. All right.
But he did break the laws of physics if he destroyed matter.
Right?
So
he's just too good. He's
too good.
Or maybe it tears apart atoms. People can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the atom bomb is.
That's
the atom bomb, yeah. That's pretty wild that's what that is, you know? It's fucking...
The energy that happens when you do that?
Yeah, because we're not supposed to do that.
No, because we're just atoms.
Oh, man. All right. Cool stuff to just think about. Next up. Okay, we just had a man of science. Now we're going to have a man of religion entering the fight. We have the Kung Fu priest from Dead Alive.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the Kung Fu professor from Pieces.
No, not the Kung Fu professor.
Okay.
No. This is the Kung Fu priest from Dead Alive, which is a Peter Jackson horror movie.
Right. Oh, right.
It is the most... He's a bit character. Basically, think of...
I kick ass for the Lord.
Yeah, he's a Kiwi priest who, it's what it is. It's
he
what
shows
it is.
up and fights zombies
or something. It's what it says on the tin.
Are they infected? I think they're like infected.
Yeah, he's kicking
They're kind of
ass.
zombies.
Yeah,
Sure.
they're
splattery.
They're just Peter Jackson.
They're goops.
Yeah, goopy.
Oh, there's a lot of
creatures.
goopy stuff in that movie.
Versus Jonesy the cat from Alien.
Oh, well, shit.
But think about it. Jonesy is an ultimate survivor.
Jonesy does survive
and
Alien.
Jonesy's a very smart cat.
Yeah, like I feel like Jonesy could like outlast the priest. Like if you're on like the ship in space and he's got to try to find Jonesy to kung fu.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to find him, you know?
On the other hand,
he's going to outlast him on that
he might
ship.
just fucking like just spin
drop kick him
this
into
cat
space.
into space, yeah. So, what are you thinking?
Does the priest survive? I can't remember.
Well,
you watched that movie by accident in
This was the Jonah one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I loved it, and I've been wanting to see it.
Yeah.
I don't remember who lives and dies, and it feels like everyone just gets murdered in that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what happens to him. I think he might get killed, actually, and I don't remember. So.
I still got. He's gonna fucking karate kick that cat, dude.
Man, you're kind of right. That was a bad first matchup.
That is the thing.
Jonesy,
if he ever gets a hold of it, it's
just one blow is probably gonna kill that cat.
Okay, but Jonesy survived a xenomorph.
Jonesy didn't fight the xenomorph.
Yeah.
It was all avoidance. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what
it's
if
all avoidance.
can Jonesy lead
sleeping in a light pod?
See, this is hard because like I'm mentally imagining them fighting. I don't know if I know it's basketball. I just keep imagining a football field. They're just fighting in the middle of for some reason. Like it's like when they change over like the Palace of Auburn Hills to like they put the ice on top and like now the basketball now we can skate in here. It's kind of like we can do this in the football arena. But I don't know. Could Jonesy lead him into traps or distract? Like there's, but
he wouldn't be able to set the traps.
Yeah, this is kind of it's not the spaceship, huh? We can't. Jonesy can't go out into the stands or like hide in the VIP club.
It wouldn't be fair to fight on Jonesy's turf instead of because why not fight in New Zealand?
Just in Middle Earth. Yeah, I gotta give it to Kung Fu Priest. Although, hell yeah, I'm just a sneak peek. We've got Brenda versus Kung Fu Priest. Which fucking rules.
That's probably a scene in one of the
That's
scary
all just
movies.
quips. It's just quips back and forth. They're just quipping, and they probably don't even fight for a little bit. They're just snapping at each other. All right, Kung Fu Priest. He kicks ass for the Lord. And he's a very proto Edgar Wright character.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Next, oh boy, thank you website randomizer. This also, speaking of Kung Fu, we've got Busta Rhymes from Halloween Resurrection versus Bob Smate from Lake Mungo.
Okay.
I made you watch a video of Bob
you
Smate
sent me the
so
Bob
that
Smate clip from the podcast.
He's just a guy. He's a
that
guy.
was my question. I watched that clip 5 times and was like, is he just a guy?
Yes.
I was like, what am I supposed to take from this?
I just wanted to get his aura, and I feel like Graessle, you also just have the same affinity I do for just guys.
I do enjoy just a guy,
just a regular guy, just extremely
there's
normal.
There's a quiet strength.
There's
in
something
a regular
about
guy.
it's an aggressively normal guy, and that's Bob Smeet. And then you have Busta Rhymes from.
You guys are gonna have to give me a quick rundown.
Busta Rhymes in Halloween Resurrection runs a reality show that takes place in the Myers house and recruits a bunch of people to like stay inside the house. Unbeknownst to them, he is dressing as Michael Myers and like scaring them on all these webcams. There is a scene, probably the best scene of what it may be the worst Halloween. It's up there in competition for the worst Halloween.
I mean, I'll say though, even though it's the worst, I think it's a fun time. It sucks, but it's fun.
It's like a proto like reality show horror movie. It's
weird.
It's interesting that regard.
When was this? Like 2005?
3.
Oh,
so it's a little early for that stuff. But there is a scene where he verbally dresses down Michael Myers and makes Michael Myers turn around and leave. He like yells at Michael Myers and makes him leave. Man. And then there is a later scene at the end of the film where he physically fights Michael Myers, does kung fu, and like wah! And like kicks Michael Myers. Comes back after losing that one, says trick or treat, motherfucker, and he does survive the movie.
Jesus, that had to have been in his contract, right?
The surviving.
Because and again, I've seen this movie, but the Halloween movies are just such a blur. And one, I'm like, I just remember there's like the kids logging on to watch the reality show on like their Web.0 like webcam thing. And Busta Rhymes doing kung fu. I can't believe I forgot that he faces off with Michael 3 separate fucking times and lives.
Yeah.
That's a big resume.
Yeah, I don't know how Bob Smeet fights that.
Bob Smeet, just a guy. Just a guy.
I truly don't. There's so little to go
I like
off
that they
of.
both are proficient with video cameras.
That's right, yeah, because Bob Smeet captures some footage that becomes important in the documentary. I don't know, he has a little dog and he kind of walks around.
He kind of walks around.
He catches the air outside, he goes on his walks. I don't know, I don't really know.
I'm going to have to give it to Freddy, which is the name of Busta Rhymes' character.
Oh, his name's Freddy?
Yes.
Because
it was like Freddy versus Michael.
Oh, no, poor Bob Smeet.
I'm sorry, hon, because I know Bob Smeet was your favorite.
I know, I love him. He's just such a guy. But yeah, in this context, I'm realizing, it's just a dude.
Just a guy.
I don't know what he's bringing to the table.
On paper, I really thought this was going to be like a very different kind of matchup. But then once you were like, he fought Michael Myers.
He fought Michael Myers,
I guess. Yeah.
Kind of saved the final girl, too.
And I feel like even just the fact that like, if you yelled at Bob Smeet, I think he would be really sad.
That would be his day would be ruined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Busta Rhymes is a producer in that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a mean producer is one of the scariest types of people.
Or is he the host? He's probably
I think he might be both. Yeah.
Because
depends on his agent.
Is it Tyra Banks? Is like
Tyra Banks.
Yes,
that's right. Tyra Banks is in it. Yeah.
Has an off-screen kill.
Yeah.
Like she's killed off-screen. It sucks.
Wow.
I enjoy that movie.
It's not good.
It's not good. Next one. This is I think
this is our last first round match?
Yes, out of all of these, this is genuinely I think the hardest one.
Okay.
And I think it's once I tell you who these two people are, it's heartbreaking. Like I'm realizing this sucks that this is a first round thing where one of them has to go, and it's so difficult. They're equally matched. This would rule. I would love to see it. And I'm sure one of these characters would love to see it too. We're getting meta because it's Randy from Scream versus Reggie from Phantasm.
Ooh.
I know. It's devastating. Like it's awesome.
I already know who wins though. So,
really? Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Scream?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so Randy, Jamie Kennedy.
Yes.
Jamie Kennedy.
I think the first horror movie I ever saw.
That checks out for people our age.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He is, people have said it would be me if I were in a horror movie. I'm not sure I fully like that, but I get it.
I'm sure people mean it with love.
It's because,
sure.
I mean...
He is a fan favorite. People were pissed when he was killed in Scream 2.
It's also just the basic, like, he knows a lot about horror movies.
Exactly.
Sure.
And so do you.
I mean, I don't hate it. He was one of my favorite. Him and Stu, I both loved equally as a kid.
Sure.
Because Stu was so funny. So, Randy knows his way around a horror movie. Not well enough to keep himself from getting killed in the second of 4 soon-to-be 5 movies.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Whereas Reggie is...
Graessle, you would love Reggie.
You would love Reggie. He's an ice cream man.
He's also kind of just... He's also a guy.
He's also just
He's
a guy.
Like a capital G
guy. He's bald
guy.
with a long ponytail.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
That's very just
Plays
a guy.
guitar professionally. The guy whose real name is also Reggie.
Signed, I can show this off because you barely ever get to see it. This is Naked Truth by the Reggie Bannister Band, signed to Chelsea and James from Reggie Bannister, who we've met a few times. He is one of the nicest dudes to ever meet, if you get the chance to. So actual musician. In Phantasm also, he does a little musical number. Phantasm is the prog rock of horror.
Yes,
you would love it. Did we mention he's an ice cream man?
I led with that.
In the second film, is it? They break into
a gun store.
Like an army surplus store, and he just duct tapes 2...
double barrel shotgun. He has a quad barrel shotgun.
Yeah.
So
it's so fucking cool, dude. It's Reggie.
He has a quad barrel shotgun.
Yeah.
That quad barrel shotgun he's gonna rip through this fucking
tournament. I think I got it.
He has fought interdimensional beings. He has traveled to other planes of existence.
Then there you go. Then we already set that precedent.
Yeah, he's got that away team advantage. Like
Nancy. Obviously now hearing you talk through it, it makes sense that you also picked Reggie, but I thought for sure you were gonna pick Randy just because of his like meta outer world knowledge. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like I said, he gets killed in the second movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say how does he apply his knowledge poorly?
Yeah, evidently because he's on the phone. He's like taunting the killer, and he's like, "You can't kill me. I'm a main character." Gets pulled into a van,
like
stabbed to death.
Reggie
I remember that van.
Kicks ass every movie, and is still
and he's also like fucking
getting pussy every movie.
He is
like knee deep in it every fucking movie.
That's also not Randy.
That's also not Randy.
When we met Reggie the first time, I was like, I literally was like, I'm so honored to meet such a legendary ladies man. And he was just so bashful about it, like very sweet. But it genuinely was quite the honor. All right, I gotta give
Reggie,
it to
man. And
Reggie.
I'm gonna say right now, I'm worried Reggie is just gonna run straight through this fucking tournament.
I mean,
I will say that when we got one of the WWE games, I think it was 2K18 or something.
Reggie
Chelsea made Reggie.
If I can, I'll screen cap some footage so that we can edit it in, so you can all see him like doing a fucking moonsault over there. It's great. I spent way too long making that character. I was gonna make a bunch of horror characters until that took like a work day to make.
Yeah. That'd be a good video. I bet people would watch it.
It would be kind
Consider it in your break of like fun things to do for the channel.
I might, over my hiatus, just randomly release a weird WWE horror randos video.
Yeah.
Make Bob Smeet.
Oh my God. I think you just fucking nailed that in.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna happen at some point.
Then you can, if you make all these characters, you can put them in a battle royale and let the AI control them and then see who really wins. See if
that.
Oh my God.
Yes, I'm gonna need some help with that, but I think that's a video that we would have a lot of fun with. Okay, look, we're gonna do that over the break at some point.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right. This is why I'm taking a break, is so I have more time to do stupid shit.
Like,
stupid shit. All right.
As creatives, we need to have the luxury to do stupid shit sometimes.
Yeah.
It's how we grow.
Hey, want to talk to you about our sponsor this week, HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. James and I love getting the HelloFresh meals delivered to us. They save so much time, and it's nice not having to necessarily go to the grocery store as often, too, for fresh ingredients, many of which we'll accidentally let go bad. It's hard to plan meals every week, and luckily this cuts down on all of that stressful meal planning. Each meal takes about 30 minutes or less, and they even offer 10 to 20 minute meals now. Some of their other newer offerings also include low prep recipes and quick breakfasts and lunches. You can customize your orders every week too. You can skip a week if you need to, you can change your delivery days, customize your food preferences. It's all really, really easy. So if you want to try HelloFresh, you can go to hellofresh.com/deadmeat12 and use the code deadmeat12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. And once again, that is hellofresh.com/deadmeat12. That's deadmeat12, and use code deadmeat12 for 12 free meals. HelloFresh. All right, back to the. It's funny. This left side of the bracket feels like kind of like serious. Like it's like really. It's like characters that are not inherently funny, and they're all pretty competent, and it's like just pretty normal. And then this right side of the bracket is awesome. I can't wait for the right side. I mean, you know what? If they made it fair, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, the different divisions.
Yeah.
The normal bracket versus the weirdo bracket. All right. So we're going back to the left side. We've got Grace from Ready or Not versus Chris from Get Out.
Ooh, they're very similar in that they're like
very
normal
similar
people put in
very similar actually.
Yeah, put in situations where they have to fight for
significant other.
Yep, where they have to fight for their lives.
Is there a can you call Get Out supernatural? Is there like an extra worldly element at all to
Get
Ready
Out,
or Not
no.
that I'm unaware
Well, I
of?
don't know
What, you think the sunken place?
The sunken place,
Yeah.
and the fact that they're like able to put like
there's
souls
something
around into bodies and consciousness.
beyond
You know, it's
the
a
real
little
world going on. So is there that element to
I
Ready
don't
or
think
Not?
in that movie it's supernatural.
But I mean,
Sure, but for a lack of a better way to describe it right now, because she's like she does it like with like psychology.
she
or whatever.
hypnotizes
Yeah,
him
yeah.
essentially, and
So I think that's a subjective experience he's going through.
But the thing is the whole thing is like they are able to then take
transfer
the soul of a white person.
No, that's a
and put
brain
it.
transplant, isn't it?
Is it it's a
because he's cutting open his skull,
right.
so that is
so
it is
it's
a medical,
mad
physical
science.
But the thing is
yeah.
he's still. That's the scariest part, though, is he still is like in the sunken place in his own body.
Subjective experiences can be the scariest.
But that's the thing is why. If it's a pure brain transplant,
he's like
why would he
his,
still? There's the existence of a soul and some kind of weird.
That's right.
Yeah.
So is there any element like that Grace has to escape?
We can't. I don't want to
Shit. Damn it, Graessle.
Well, then fuck. All right.
I'm not even gonna say fuck.
I think they're so similar.
They're very
that I might have it come down to body count.
Ooh.
But we have to consider, who does Grace kill herself?
Oh, versus like who is an idiot and kills themselves on accident versus
and I think Chris kills more people directly.
Yeah.
During his escape.
I think he might.
The dad, the mom, the brother, and Allison. Does he also shoot?
Yeah, because I'm thinking of
the parents who are in other bodies.
I think I might give it to Chris too, because I'm also thinking about the end of Ready or Not and how ultimately a lot of stuff is wrapped up.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking.
Not without spoiling it for Graessle. We gotta go
also,
with...
now we don't have to talk about it anymore, so we're good.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like Grace is the critters of this week. Now we don't have to talk about. We don't have to dance around that movie anymore. It's not quite the same, or not.
Critters 2 is an
Ghoulies.
Easter movie, so we should watch it soon.
I'm mixing them up.
Oh my God.
Oh, Ghoulies.
It is an Easter
that's right.
movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Next up, we've got two cool teens. We have Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street versus Marty from Cabin in the Woods.
This
AKA
this ended up
the
being a very
stoner.
good bracket.
Yeah.
Everyone feel
These matchups in this round.
This website did a good job.
Okay. So I know that Marty's weed happened to give him an advantage in his movie because it prevented him from being affected by the drugs that the company was trying to affect their brains with.
Oh, yeah.
His weed kept him clear-headed. But Nancy is the most clear-headed character.
Yeah, because she just, like power drinks coffee and, like, takes caffeine pills.
When she tells Johnny Depp to stay awake for her and he falls asleep, she yells at that fuck ass so hard.
Yeah.
She, like, tears into him.
Yeah,
and that's
awesome.
her boyfriend. Imagine a person she doesn't know being, like, an idiot. Like, she's gonna tear right into them. He has his bong to fight with. She has booby traps, including a sledgehammer that swings down and hits Freddy. It's funny.
I'm just thinking in terms of, like, the actual experience either of these characters has fighting some sort of villain. Like, come on. She fought Freddy Krueger
He survived that hallway. I mean, granted, it was mostly through hiding, but and then he ran through that facility with all those different monsters flying around and, like, killing people all around him, and he survived to get down to that, like, basement area where Sigourney Weaver popped out. So this is tough.
This is a tough one.
She does fight Freddy.
I think I'm inclined to agree with Chelsea, though. I feel like Nancy fights Freddy Krueger. And, like, I just keep going back to, like, she has to go to another plane of existence.
Yeah.
To like, fight for her life. And even though, like, the temple or whatever the fuck they're in at the end is very otherworldly, it's still bound by the rules of that world. Not our world, but of that world. And the dream world, I assume, has no rules. Batshit stuff happens and whatever.
Yeah, dream powers even.
I think, too, something to consider is Nancy, like, in her movies, is being hunted by a very specific, like, the villain in her movie is specifically coming for her. Versus, like, Marty running down that hallway and stuff, he just is there, you know?
Yeah,
like,
they're
it's not
distracted by other stuff. They're killing security
each other.
guards.
They're killing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
And since you're not letting us factor in the muscles underneath his clothes.
It just seems... I think it's very funny, but it's not part of that character.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be fucked up to let him not... Like, it's Nancy, you know? It just feels weird.
I'm not going to fight you too much on it.
Okay.
Nancy moves on.
Nancy. All right. Next up. Oh, fuck. We have Brenda from Scary Movie versus Kung Fu Priest from Dead Alive. Or Brain Dead, if you're not in America. Boy. Does Brenda... I forget it. Does Brenda, like... Does she fight ever?
I'm having a hard time remembering.
Because the thing with Scary Movie is it's not consistent. Like, you're not going to have, like, consistent
like, if a character dies in
abilities.
one scene, they're going to pop up in the next.
Mm-hmm. Or, like, if it's funny, a character will know how to Matrix fight, like Anna Faris.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean, like, she can just do that all the time. It's not. She doesn't have, like, superpowers.
But then does that logic apply to this fight where it's, like, whatever is demanded of the scene?
Oh, yeah, he jumps in, does his, like, Kung Fu stance,
and she matches it to yes
him.
and.
Yeah.
Because, like, don't they do a Charlie's Angels thing in the second movie?
They do. Yes, they do.
Yeah. So,
The rules of comedy are going to take this whole tournament.
They might, honestly, because that's like the universe of her movies, you know? Like, what's the funniest? Obviously, it's her also being able to do Kung Fu.
Yeah. And beating him. And we can't even say that that's an unfair setting for him because his movie is a comedy too. It's a splatter comedy, but it's not like a serious horror movie. He's a Kung Fu priest.
Right.
Yeah.
I just think she kicks his ass. Like, I'm just imagining in my head.
It does feel right.
It just feels like she would win. I think because
she's in more movies.
Yeah.
I don't know if that factors in. He's just in the one.
She's like
in a few sequels.
Yeah, and he's just a bit in. I think does get killed. I don't quite remember.
Yeah, and I think she gets killed in each of the movies, maybe, but she's in them. I'll give it to Brenda.
Yeah, I gotta go Brenda.
She just has a strength of personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, we've been watching this pottery show, that like Great Pottery Throwdown, and there's a guy on it who we think does really well every week because every time he fucks up, he just laughs at it and is like, oh, whatever, that's, and he's so clearly not affected at all when he fucks something up. And then there's other contestants that just, when they fuck something up, they go on tilt, And Brenda, I feel like, she just is not gonna phase her. Yeah, I think that's the same thing.
Maybe.
I don't know. Same idea.
No, I think she gets pretty annoyed, but I'd still give it to Brenda.
Yeah. Okay. Next up on the right side of this bracket. Next we have Busta Rhymes. In Halloween. I just wrote Busta Rhymes down and realized, no, from Halloween Resurrection. He's Freddy in that?
His name's Freddy, yeah.
Versus Reggie from Phantasm.
I mean, you guys made a strong case for Reggie.
It just kind of has to be Reggie.
It's gotta be Reggie. Freddy did fight Michael, but Michael is not an interdimensional being like the tall man.
Yeah.
What are these movies?
Dude, we'll watch the first one sometime.
Yeah, okay.
It's the prog rock. It's from the 70s,
They are
too.
prog rock in that also they don't even watch him trying to
it's just a
understand
dream. It's
him.
so
just
like surreal.
Just let him happen, and it's weird and fuck it. Like the Joe Bob special on when he marathoned all of them. Even he's like, I don't know what happens in these, and he's the horror expert. So it's truly just a fever dream series. Yeah, I gotta go with Reggie.
It's just Reggie.
Like, come on, it's Reggie. It's gotta be Reggie.
Reggie is such a 70s name for a protagonist.
Yes, it is.
And he's not even the main. He's like he's like the friend.
Yeah.
He's like the tertiary
He's the friend
protagonist.
who drives an ice cream truck.
What?
Yeah.
This is great. I can't wait.
Graessle, you're gonna love it so much.
James and Chelsea, for listeners who don't know, I'm sure you guys have never talked about this, but like James and Chelsea are so perfect at knowing if you'll like a movie. Like if James and Chelsea suggest you a movie, listeners, that you have not watched yet, and you listen to this show and watch a kill count and shit, watch the movie. You'll like it. Their recommendations are 100% correct. They're so good at like, no, this one's not for you. Yeah. But every single movie they have said, you guys will like this one. Home run.
Because what have we the most recent one for you was 12-hour shift.
12-hour shift.
Mm-hmm.
God, why can't
Dr. Sleep?
Dr. Sleep.
Yep.
Great movie. God, why? Lighthouse.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Lighthouse.
For sure.
Get Out was one. The Guest.
Yeah.
A lot of the ones that are on the bracket.
Man.
Wicker Man.
Oh yeah.
Like you're very good at knowing, like, all right, this is what you'll like, and this is what
we would be such
won't.
Good movie like concierges. Like just pick out like
curators.
We plan your movie night for you based
Absolutely.
on what you like. Yeah. All right. That's why movie curation is very important.
Yeah.
Here we go. Final four.
Exciting.
Fuck. We have Chris from Get Out versus Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street. Oof. Big oof. Oh boy.
She fights Freddy.
I know. It's hard to.
He has killed people though.
That's
she
true.
Has not.
Yes.
I don't think
I think that's fair, that she's very defensive.
Yeah.
She's not. Yeah, I think the fact that her motivation is pure survival, and I mean, so is his, but like, yeah, he's killed people, she hasn't.
I think there's some anger there at the end that's beyond just survival.
For Chris?
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, whereas Nancy kind of defeats Freddy in that first one through the power of, like, ambivalence. She's like, you don't scare me anymore, and that's it. Granted, he comes back and kills her.
Yeah.
In the third movie.
I just think that personal, anger that she uses on Fred, it's not going to be there for Chris.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, granted, he's not going to have the same anger towards her as he does towards the Armitages, but he has killed people now.
Yeah.
So he might be. It might be that split second hesitation on her part of like, can I kill another person? Am I fighting a dream demon?
Yeah.
And he might not have that split second hesitation because he has done so before to survive.
For sure.
I'm gonna give it to him.
I think
so.
Yep. All right.
Sorry, Nancy. Please still marry us.
Well, that'd be wild. You get a phone call.
I guess I'll call Daniel Kaluuya now. Hey, listen, long story, dude. But
just listen. It's not going to make a ton of sense, but
you need to marry us.
Yeah. So then Brenda fought the Kung Fu priest for that. And that speaking of which, Brenda versus Reggie Bannister, which is yes, please.
What's gonna happen is she's gonna finish her fight with the Kung Fu priest, turn around, Reggie's gonna walk up, she's gonna do like some Kung Fu stuff, and then he's gonna pull out his quad shotgun and shoot her across the fucking room.
But no, not so fast though. Consider.
Yeah, that would be funny.
It would be funny, but consider Brenda is a very pretty young lady.
Oh.
I think he would just split. Yeah, like you know that split second. I think he would try and hit on her first, and it would go so poorly.
He has had some misadventures because of his horniness.
Okay.
He is always as soon as he sees a young lady,
he takes his L's. Like he doesn't have. He's a ladies' man with like a 50-50.
Yeah.
But
especially as the movies go on and he gets older.
The fact that it doesn't seem to faze him makes him a total baller. But I do think that I can't see it happening any other way. It's Reggie. Like it's any time a woman appears and she's a very pretty woman. Like I think she's super cute.
So another in the final four, another split second.
Like hesitation. That might cause you to...
That might get it.
I wish we'd seen Scary Movie 3 to know what her role is in that. Is she in that third one?
I don't remember. I saw Scary Movie 3, though, in like 2002 or whenever the fuck it come out.
Leslie Nielsen's in it.
And Charlie Sheen's in it. It's a bad movie.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, but then after that, how does she then kill him?
Yeah.
And then, he gets caught off guard. She then what?
It sucks that those movies are so cartoony, and we've kind of used that as precedent now. Because if he has a quad barrel shotgun, and it's a scary movie, she'll have 6 or 8.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know, like, and then it would be one of those like
so
Looney
she's the
Tune.
Mask now.
Yeah. She's
we have
mask.
created
a monster. She's just Jim Carrey in the Mask now with this cartoon logic. She's just gonna win. She's like her versus Mary Shaw. What the fuck? It's like Brenda might just be the most powerful being in horror if she has these mask-like powers.
All right, I was going to fight hard for Reggie, but I think you convinced me that his horniness would get the better of him.
That's so tough.
He has been, because there is precedent in those movies. There are times when he's like tried to get with the lady and it's caused him to, lose a weapon or a car or something like that. Like,
yeah. Fuck. All right.
I guess Brenda,
we made you too powerful. What did we do?
We've really given her a lot of powers here.
If Brenda put on the mask from The Mask, we'd all be so fucked. She should have been that sequel.
Hey, instead of Jamie Kennedy.
Instead of Jamie
lost
Kennedy.
earlier in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. We've got Chris from Get Out versus Brenda from Scary Movie. I just think we made her too powerful.
I don't know. My first instinct in this is still Chris, though. I feel like
why?
We've really established that he will do what it takes.
Yeah.
And like.
Here's the thing, though. I could see, because Brenda, I'm pretty sure, she's like a high schooler in the movies.
At least in the first one. Yeah.
Do you think? I think she would think he's cute. Would
For
she
sure.
get thrown off by him?
He's a good-looking guy.
Because I'm looking at like everyone else she's fought. I mean, Busta Rhymes is very attractive. Well, we didn't have them. No, we didn't have that.
Fight. They didn't fight.
Okay, never mind. So we had her fight Kung Fu Priest and Reggie. And Dr. Serizawa. He's too serious for her. And he's in black and white. He's too old. Too old. I think he's like the cute boy that, I think he's like the one cute guy that she's gonna end up fighting, and that might be a weakness. I don't remember if that's like a character trait of hers, though.
Well, here's a question. Everybody else that she's fought so far has been the Godzilla scientist notwithstanding, has been pretty broad, yes.
What do you mean?
Like their whole thing is
Kung Fu Priest.
Heightened characters from heightened movies.
Yeah.
Instead of a more subdued.
Oh, and Chris is more grounded.
So there wouldn't be anything for her to escalate.
So
he's neutered her cartoon powers.
Yeah, you might be right.
We've taken off the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to do Kung Fu like the priest.
No.
And so she can't match that. He's not going to pull out a absurd cartoon weapon.
Yeah.
That she can't match or overpower.
Right.
There's not like a bit that he
kills someone with like antlers. But...
I could see her starting to do I could see her because she's a weird character where she would understand, she'd be able to in-universe parody something. She could know that if you clink a teacup, he goes to the sun. Would she try and do that?
That's possible, but. Is her version, I don't know, with alcohol and then she drinks in things, but that she's drunk? I don't know. I'm trying to think of a scary movie take on Get Out.
That has to exist. There has to be some parody version.
You know who's in the sunken place? Fucking Beetlejuice. The rapper.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh my god, is a throwback to, which is
it's Shorty. He's in Shorty's head.
Too,
I think
right?
because they cut open Shorty's head, Hannibal Lecter style, and fucking Beetlejuice is in
what
there.
If just Beetlejuice comes through and wins this whole thing? Is
Oh my god.
Fuck, that'd be so fucking good.
Yeah, Beetlejuice is definitely in the sunken place.
Wayans Brothers, if you're writing another scary movie, you should hire me.
Do they even still have the rights?
So good.
They didn't do 4 or 5 or 3.
They did the haunted house. Those haunted house movies.
Oh, that's right. They shifted to a different spoof series.
Right.
Which I never saw.
Yeah. Anyway, I think just in terms of I think this is a weird character for Brenda to play off of.
I don't think she can escalate it.
I also don't think he would fall for any of it. He's super smart and he isn't gonna be enticed into doing a 1-up yes and type fight. He's no, I gotta go home and hang out with my friend. I forget the friend's name in that.
I forget. He's super funny.
He's
though.
The best.
The one who shows up. Yeah.
Sex slaves.
He's the TSA.
Yeah.
Oh man. Dude, he's gonna dump the Gatorade cooler on him at the end of this when he wins. You did it, buddy.
Yeah.
That's. I think that's what's gonna happen.
All right,
Chris. I mean, you know what? Yeah, it makes complete sense.
That was a hell of a bracket, though.
Yeah,
that was harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Good. Those were some well thought matches.
Yeah. I'm glad I did a weird. Just buffet of just random.
I really thought Reggie would take it, but saying that she would pull out a bigger shotgun is that's accurate. Yeah,
I think that's
and
so
the whole
true.
Sexiness thing. Yeah,
but that's what bit her in the championship. So
right,
yeah,
that's why you play the games.
All right, congrats, Chris. Chris versus Mary Shaw. I'm thinking.
See, I really, though, think that Brenda could have beaten Mary Shaw easy.
Yes, and it would have been so sick. It would have been the easiest fight ever. It would have put an end to this horrible, thing that I can't stop thinking about how badly I fucked up by having her in that bracket. I think Chris, you know what? I think Chris could. He's handled old white people before. I think he would do an okay job.
You know what, though? I say let the audience decide that one.
Ooh, there you go.
Who wins, Chris versus Mary Shaw? Yeah. Keeping in mind that now we know that apparently she can be killed if you
successfully destroy all her dummies, which includes
the
a human who is her perfect dummy that they didn't find out in the movie.
Side of.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's kind of sunken place stuff.
There's dummies operating dummies in that movie, Graessle. It's
Sounds like our government, right?
Yeah.
Oh, don't cut that joke.
We will not cut that joke.
Yeah, we will. Yes.
That's fine. That's fair. I've done that to you on D&D.
All right, good job, Chris.
Yes, speaking of which, we're done with the bracket, right? Congrats, Chris. Mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking of which, James Graessle here is our DM. That's Dungeon Master on our Dungeons and Dragons podcast, D&D. Dinner and Dungeons and Dragons, or Dungeons and Dragons and Dinner?
No,
Dinner's first.
Dinner is first, yes.
Yep.
Where can they find that?
Only on Spotify. Search DNDND on Spotify and check out over 125 episodes of us playing D&D, a long-running story that we've been creating for years now.
In our fourth season.
Yeah.
You can start at the beginning. If you just don't have the time to listen to all that, you could start with season 4.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a weird reset.
If you had
thing.
to, there's going to be some. Probably going to be some inside stuff that would be over your head, but you could pick it up there.
Yeah, if you really want to listen, you just didn't have the time.
But then you'll want to listen and catch up, so then you can go back and enjoy that back catalog. But
and both of us are characters on it, alongside some other friends. And
very funny.
Graessle has written a wonderfully intricate story. That's very fun to play in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I try.
So check that out on Spotify. And you've shunned all other social media?
Yeah. Just follow D&D on Twitter and check that out on Spotify.
Cool.
Yeah.
Don't come find that guy.
No.
You can follow Dead Meat James on Twitter and Instagram.
And I'm at Carebecc, CAREBCC on Twitter and Instagram.
Yep. Email the pod at deadmeatpod@gmail.com if you feel so inclined. And how many episodes until... we got like 2 more after this, and then we will be going on a hiatus.
Yeah, for a few months.
Yes. Yeah. Kill counts will still come out, but the podcast will be taking a breather. Mm-hmm. And Mike just got a new job and was like, I hope I can still make the trailers. And I was like, me too. So hopefully the trailers don't have to go on hiatus because I'm really enjoying those.
Oh, yeah, those are a lot of fun.
That piece is one.
I've watched it so many times. It's so funny.
It's very
like
funny.
the end when it's the guy like wiping the chainsaw and smiling, and like Mike is so good at making those.
Check those out if you haven't watched them. They're so good.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Cool. Until all that, I'm James.
I'm Chelsea.
That's
Graessle.
And this has been the Dead Meat Podcast.